story. You were asked, do you still want to marry Heather? You said yes. The lie detector determined you're telling the truth.
So let's find out about him cheating on me.
You were asked, was the rash on your nipples from cheating on Heather? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. Heather, stay in your seat. Stay in your seat. This was the underwear Heather found in the van cheating. You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Get away from me! You better move!
You had me to take her mom's. I took her.
Oh, it's your kid, not the
I didn't.
Heather, you were asked, besides the time Heather knows about, have you had sex with your neighbor? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. You were asked, besides the time Heather knows about, have you ever had sex with any other woman? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie more than 5 times.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Excuse me, Ralph. Are you Ralph? Let me ask you something. This is Ralph.
Yeah,
He
that's
does
Ralph.
your this. Can he fail that? Is it possible that he could just fail it for no reason?
No. Wait. Well, first, let me explain something. Most of his reaction, you know the girl that he admits to having sex. Wait. Most of his reactions were with the girl he admits to having sex with one time. I come up with more than 5 times. No. So there's something you're not telling us here. That's a lie, Ralph.
I want both of you to meet with my counselor before you go home, because I want you to make a clear decision on what you're going to do, because you're about to take the biggest step in your life.
I'm not getting married.
You're not getting married?
Get out of my face.
I can't do it.
You are asked, do you speak to women with a heavy Latin accent in order to try to sleep with them?
No.
You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Listen.
No, I know it.
No, listen.
You were asked.
Listen, the lie detector is on a.
Yeah, right. Everybody, welcome, Ralph. Here's Ralph.
Because I smoke cigarettes, so when you ask me questions,
nothing to do with it. Sit down and get the rest of the results.
You were asked when you come home and your boxers were on backwards. Was it because you were cheating on Desiree? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Honey, this is.
You lied! Get away from me! Get away! You're a liar!
Well, I swear I
Let's do the rest.
I don't know because I smoke.
Ramsey,
No.
you were asked when you covered up the tattoo of Desiree's name with another tattoo, was it because you were with another woman? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Listen, no.
You were asked, have you given a female customer a discount in return for sexual favors? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I know.
You were asked when you didn't come home and you told Desiree you stayed at a hotel, did you have sex with another woman? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. You were asked, have you had sex with any other woman other than Desiree? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. More than 5 women, more than 20 times.
You're a liar! You heard me like
serious.
this? We have a daughter together, Ramsey!
I have no sex.
You are You heard me, Ramsey! You heard me!
Well, that's good. You were asked if you spend Brianna's money on other women. You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. Asked if back together with Brianna, you've had sexual intercourse with a woman other than Brianna. You said no. The lie detector determined That's a lie. More than one woman and unprotected sex with one of those men. And you had sexual intercourse with a girl you were out with the night you didn't come home until the next morning at 9 a.m. You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. You had sex with that woman more than 2 times since you were...
Why couldn't you just tell me when I asked? I don't care.
First, we're going to do the lie detector results.
Yeah, let's get that.
We asked you, did you have sexual intercourse with anyone other than Raphael around the time you got pregnant? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
That's not true. That's not true.
We asked you, during your relationship with Raphael, did you have intercourse with another man?
That's not true.
You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. More than one man.
That's not true. That's not, whatever. That's not true.
Let's do the test, okay?
Just watch me.
Bam, we asked you, have you had sexual intercourse with a woman you met at a club during your relationship with Brianna? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
It's not true, babe. It's not true, babe. Come on, babe. It's not true.
Brianna, you want to hear it or not? Okay, then sit down. Then sit down. Then just sit down. Okay. Bam, we asked you, Bam, have you had sexual intercourse with a woman other than Brianna in the bed you share? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Come on, babe. You know I love you.
Stop it. We asked Bam, have you had sexual intercourse with a woman other than Brianna while watching your daughter? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. We asked you during Brianna's pregnancy, did you have sexual intercourse with a woman during her pregnancy? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. We asked you if you had We asked you if you had sexual intercourse with a girl you brought to the hotel room and saw naked. You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Yeah,
Okay, well, we have some other stuff to do here because Chris claims that he was sleeping with Tangi 3 months ago. Chris, you were asked, since Daryl and Tangi have been together, have you had sexual intercourse with Tangi? You said yes, and the lie detector determined that's a lie. You were asked, Chris, Daryl and Tangi have been together. Have you had any sexual contact with Tangi?
In his dream.
You said yes. The lie detector determined that was a lie. Because there were a couple of more questions that we asked Chris on the lie detector. You were asked if you're cheating on Cosetta because you're no longer turned on by her. You said no. The lie detector determined that's a lie.
You ain't turned on to me no more. You not. You don't love me. You don't love me.
Man, it's not what it is.
You don't love me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You were asked if you regret marrying Ruthie. You admitted you do regret marrying Ruthie.
I never said that.
Okay, whatever. Ooh.
You were asked if you've had sex with anyone other than Ruthie during your relationship with her. You said no. The lie detector determined that's a lie.
sex with
You're
anybody.
damn right.
Jerry, you were asked if you had any of your female co-workers during your relationship with Ruthie. You said no. The lie detector determined that's a lie.
And you somebody else.
You were asked if you've had sex with any of Ruthie's close friends during your relationship with Ruthie.
God.
You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Tell me who. I'm gonna touch him.
We asked you if you spray cologne on your boxer shorts because you're having sexual intercourse with another woman. You said no. That was a lie. And we asked you, are you addicted to having sex with women other than Kim? You said no. That was a lie.
Oh my God.
We asked you, Dimitri, on the third night of your marriage to Diana, the third night, when you did not come home, were you having sexual intercourse with another woman? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. Diana. We asked you, Demetrius, if you've ever had sexual intercourse with another woman in the bed that you share with Diana. You said no. The lie detector determined it was a lie. We asked Demetrius if he ever had sexual intercourse with any women he works with. He said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie more than 10 times. We asked him finally, when he comes home from work with white spots all over his pants, was that from having sexual intercourse with other women? He said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
You got to stand up.
Quiet.
Okay.
Monique, you were asked if you exposed yourself to Tanisha's mother and propositioned her for sex. You said no. The lie detector determined that's a lie. You were on Tanisha with anyone during your relationship. You said no. The lie detector determined that's a lie. 25 women. We'll be back right after this. We'll be right back.
You coming back?
Thank you. Since you've been with Jessica, have you ever had sex with the woman she caught you with in your home? You said no. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. In fact, aside from the woman who was in your house, have you ever brought another woman into your house to have sex? You said no. The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
That's a lie, Jeff. I believe that. That's right. That's Jessica's not
Wait
right.
a second. Frank, you got a problem. Because you passed the one thing on the thing. So you can't start arguing about the other parts.
Man.
I'm not having it. That's it. It's over.
You think it's over?
Yeah, it's over.
We'll be back right after this. You were asked if you had sex with any other person other than Samantha in the last year and a half of your relationship. You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie more than 20 times. You were asked if you've ever had sex with any woman that you met on during the last year and a half. You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. You were asked if you ever had sex with Samantha's sister, Alicia, in the last year and a half of your relationship with Samantha. You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie more than...